Alright, in this video I'm going to go over basic tips and tricks for starting out. So, like normal, you punch a tree, but with this mod, Feed the Beast mods, particularly this one, adds in a FTB Ultimate. And that's basically your tree capitator or vein miner. And if you hold down your tilde key, which is next to the one key on your keyboard to the left, it'll show this outline over things. And what it'll try and do is break all the blocks that are similar. So if I hover grass, it'll just do the grass. Over sand, it's sand. And over tree, this tree. And it shows you how many blocks you're mining in the top left there. So if I just hold down, it breaks the whole thing. And the leaves will break automatically as well. So that's very useful to learn. You can use that on ores, you can use that on logs, and everything else. Now here's your Akashic Tome. I'm probably pronouncing wrong, but you right click on it and it brings up all the books that are going to be useful for you from all these different mods. This right here is the quest book, and that's the main thing you're going to be looking at, so you can just left click on that and it opens up the quest book. And to get out of that, you can just press escape and it escapes. To convert this back to the Akashic Tome and look at all the other quest books, just left click while doing in the air and it will give you back your normal book. It's important to note that you can also press G on your keyboard just around and it'll bring up your quest book as well. So that's very useful to have, so that you can have your tome on just another book that you want and do that. And then here, make sure that you get the read up on all of the quests, because it'll give you a good idea of what to do next, and you can choose what you want to do. Make sure that you select one of these houses. An advanced house is pretty big and it has a full enchanting set. An improved house is medium sized, it has its own setup farm and most of the books for enchanting set. And a regular house is somewhat small, but it'll have a farm ready for you and some storage and everything. So pick which one you want. It doesn't matter too much, it's just to get a standard house. Just to show you how big the advanced houses are, I'm going to select that one. And this one. So I'm just going to select the advanced house. And then it tells you if there's other prefabs available there. But just to show you how big the advanced houses are. The estate is definitely the biggest one. It's got a whole fenced off area. The manor, next highest. Workshop, I think, is medium. But just to show you how... I'm going to actually build the workshop because I haven't seen it. And that builds a whole workshop thing. And somewhere in this giant base, there's going to be a mine shaft for you to explore as well, and the chest that contains all of the blocks it mined. Oh, this contains a lot of stuff actually. So this, if you want... Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is, yeah, as far as vanilla goes, this is pretty good. But you can do better. And you can do a lot better with mods. The last thing I want to point out is which mods you want to start with and various other tips. Just while loading and also while in this pause screen, you're going to see some tips down here in the bottom left. And that will tell you a lot of things as well. I'm just going to craft this crafting table. There's probably some downstairs, but make a hoe. And if you shift with a hoe, it will bone meal local crops. So that's very useful. And if you right click on it, it'll just give you the stuff without having to break it. So that's very useful. Back in the quest, I'm just gonna go over the just mull over the things here. Here in mod introductions, it tells you that basically you can do any of these here. It just does this so you don't get presented with everything all at once. So you could pick and choose, read like a summary, and choose what you want to do. The beginner stuff is Tetra, maybe Hypothesis, but definitely Tetra. And if you want like to do magic early on and you want like a light source, Ars Nova will get you there. But in Tetra, it's going to want you to craft a hammer. And what you can do with that hammer is that you can convert a workbench into this actual workbench. And from here, you can start customizing your tools. Once you make a modification to something, I'm going to just upgrade my flimsy handle to a normal handle. Except I can't because I don't have a axe. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade this to just a normal spruce handle. And once I start that, it's officially a Tetra thing. And what this allows you to do is that once you get to stone, you can replace your hoe head with that new material, and that way your tools level up with you. And there's a bunch of different options here for you to choose from. Hoes, axes, and pickaxes will have these 2-head things. Shovels will have a 1-head thing. And swords have their own materials. Personally, I recommend using a spear because it can do the same damage as a sword, but it will allow you to reach things further away. So this gives me an additional 3 attack range, whereas with a sword it would require me to be up closer. But it has the same swing speed and it's the same damage. Actually, that one might be a bit higher, but anyway, that's the basics. Keep in mind that there's a useful things section here. So if you want to learn how to do something particular, like killing mobs, moving mobs, how to fly, pumps, quarries, this will give you a bunch of different options from the different mods that can tell you, so you can pick and choose which one you want to go through and learn at your own pace. And that's about it.